Sorry, I just woke up. Uh, does anyone know what's going on? Uh, 1 minute I'm one place, now I'm another.
Yes, your guess is as good as mine, unfortunately.
Oh, well, shit.
And then, as you're having this small conversation, you find yourself, Kyle, waking up in a room very unfamiliar to you. You're curled up on the ground against the wall, your big form being as curled as it can be. The room is very dark. It's a smooth stone surface beneath you, and there's a candle floating in the center of the room. Do you have dark vision?
I don't think
Let me pull up.
so.
Yeah, so you just see this candle floating in the center of the room, and it very dimly lights the surrounding area around it. And you can faintly see to your left and right two figures chained against the walls.
Does the candle look like the candle that's the picture of the Discord?
It does.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Am I chained up?
No, you're not. And you actually find in your hand, well, in one hand is a great axe, and in the other hand is a key.
I fondle the great axe.
It fondles very nice.
Okay,
Oh, it's Susie.
just checking. Yeah, I kind of noticed, the things in my hands first. And I'm like, whoa. And I look in the key. I'm like, whoa. And I see the candle. I'm like, whoa. Um, uh, and then I try to say something to like the shadowy figures. I'm like, hello?
Yes, hi.
Oh, what's up?
Uh, evidently, three of us. Three of us are up.
Oh, oh, I get
On
up
the
and
wall.
I stand up and like walk towards the candle.
Okay.
You said the candle was floating, right?
It is floating.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Kind of do that like fire trick with your finger.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. And then I like reach out slowly and like grab it.
Okay. You grab it very easily, and it is now in your hand.
Whoa. I use it to like look around, like move around the room and look at the figure I was talking to. What do I
Okay.
see?
So, Goddess, go ahead and give a description of your character.
Uh, Small. Green hair, slightly tan skin. Uh, Clothes are a white toga type thing. Lots of flowers.
When you say
Uh,
They're
Interesting.
very
when you say
beautiful.
small,
They're very
how
beautiful.
large?
4'11".
How small? Okay. Um, did I get described when I was out?
Not very well. You can go ahead and describe yourself now. They would
All
see
right.
you. They would definitely see you.
All right. So everyone sees me as a a big boy. he's a he's
He
a
thick.
he's like an oversized Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's like 8 feet tall, 300 pounds. He looks like some sort of Kratos ass guy,
Oh god.
and he all muscle. He's got two big old scars on his face. He's not wearing a shirt or anything, but I guess he's wearing like some sort of leathers on the other areas of his body. He's definitely shirtless. Um, he's bald. He's got
Never
green eyes.
mind.
Huh?
Oh, the bot left, and so she was concerned. But he's bald and what?
His green eyes.
Bald and has green eyes.
I
Yeah.
too have green eyes.
Ooh, twins.
Um, So I ask, uh, 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 what? Who are you?
My name is Florin.
Lauren.
I'm new here.
Where? Yeah, where's here? Where are we?
I wish I knew. I'm probably as lost as you are. Except,
Oh,
it appears I am a bit chained up. It would be nice to be out.
oh, huh. That sucks. And then I turn away and like look at the other. They turn away and look at the other people in the room.
Sure. Okay. So, are you going to go to your left
Okay,
or
this is
across
fine.
from the one you were just looking at?
Across.
Okay. Kaj or Heavy, go ahead and describe your character.
So he's sort of like a lion kind of looking thing with like a red mane.
Like from the Wizard of Oz, like the like.
Hello.
Sort of, but he's human sized. He's not like massive, and he's very like slender and looks very fast.
Oh, cool.
But he looks very what's the word? Like reticent. Like you don't think he'll speak to you very easily.
Okay. So I feel
Okay.
like I'd be like slightly intimidated by him, like seeing him at first.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't. I'd kind of just give him a look. Like, does he do anything back?
What kind of look?
Just like
kind of what?
inquisitive
Uh,
and afraid.
I
and
will.
Yeah, maybe a little surprised.
A little surprised, inquisitive, afraid. Like,
Yeah.
who is she?
I'll look back very quickly. Do you know when someone like darts in your direction?
Oh, yeah. I flinch.
Yeah, that kind of.
Oh, I would say with Heavy, with your, what was your passive perception again? Or did I
11.
ask you for yours? 11. I would say even with that, and probably Florin as well, you both would have noticed that in his hand, in one of his other huge hands, you see what you gather is a metal key poking out between his grip.
He's also chained up, the
Mm-hmm.
lion guy.
The same,
Okay.
the same way, yeah.
Cool. And then I turn and look at the remaining figure.
Sure. Go ahead and describe your character, Lotus.
Okay. I'm playing a human woman. She's not very tall. She's like 5'3" or so, with fair skin and fair hair and brown eyes, and she looks very what's the word? Serious, like very cold. She also looks pretty young to be in here.
How young?
What is her? Did you say what her hair was like? Like, what is she?
Oh, I just said it was fair. It's like very like almost white.
Almost white. Okay. What's the length on it and stuff?
I would say, well, I mean, I guess it depends since we imprison, but it would probably be put up in like a very practical braid. So it would be a little bit hard to tell, but you know, center of the shoulders about.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is it flaxen?
Yes.
What do you smell like?
I wear Gucci blue in the medieval times.
Chanel number 5, thank you.
I sort of cautiously, but with more confidence than the other person, ask, who are you? What's your name?
Winter, who are you?
I'm Tormac, Bone Chewer.
Can I insight check this man?
What are you inquisiting? Like, what are you
Is that
trying
his
to
real name?
see with your insight?
Is he really a bone
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, that's his real name. The scars on his face and like just like this huge form, like this is Tormac Bone Chewer. What are you guys doing?
Staring at each other.
I can't see the key,
Tormac
right?
says, what are you doing here? Why are you guys all locked up?
Titania, I wish I knew.
I can't see the key, but I can see that he's the only one not chained up, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, for sure.
I feel like she'd be able to see the key. Like I'm standing right next to her.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, are you like holding the key up kind of like with the candle?
It's
I
in
mean,
the
I
other
guess it
hand,
has
but it's
dim
down at my
light.
side.
It would have dim light, yeah, so I mean, definitely you would see the key. I think it's like a 5-foot radius for a
I thought
candle.
you said it's a 5-foot key. I was like, holy shit.
This is a big key, bitch!
Yeah, come on, Kingdom Hearts.
Mhm.
No, I'll say, to be honest, out of all of us, it seems like you'd have the best answer to that question.
I don't know. I just woke up here.
Hmm.
Free me.
You hear off to your side this little free me.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Tormac hears that and how am I supposed to free you?
Oh, God.
What am I supposed to do?
You're big. Maybe you could rip the things from the wall?
The Tormac's like, okay, and walks over to the like the chains that are embedded in the wall, and just
Okay.
starts pulling
I'm
on
not
them
entirely
as
sure
hard
if my
as he
character would know what a key is.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yep. So,
But to do this, Tormac has to put the key down on the floor. So he
Okay.
puts the candle and the key down, and then starts pulling on the chain.
all right, go ahead and roll a general strength check.
I think
do
at this point, Winter has concluded she is in fact in hell. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so you're pulling it like as hard as you can, and nothing. It's just not giving at all.
Wait, are our hands above our head or like in front of us?
Yes.
They're above
Okay,
your
so
head.
I can't pinch the bridge of my nose. Got it. Can I just say, so does the key not fit the manacles, or what is it for?
So Tormac's like, the key. Oh, the key! And he picks up the key, and then I guess he's already closest to. I'm already gonna forget everyone's names, so.
Yeah, go ahead.
Closest
Like
to-
I said to all of you, go ahead and take notes if you want to too, like little.
Yeah,
spark
how do you
notes. That might help.
spell Goddess's character's name?
Yeah, let's all do names right now.
Oh yeah, you can like type them out in
All right.
chat if you want.
Yes.
I just
Whether you want to include last names or not is totally up to you. Just throwing that out right
I
now.
also have it set. If you guys notice in like the bottom of chat, it'll say as, and then I'll have a drop down. You can change it so instead of saying your account name, you'll type in your character name.
Yeah, you can do your character.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Work.
Yes, bitch.
Work, bitch. Gotta work.
Heavy, I already know how to
Oh,
say
yes.
this.
Bone
chewer,
Cheers.
Bone chewer.
Okay, so no hyphen on bone chewer. Is the C capitalized? Like, is it two together?
I think it's all caps.
I thought that was just for flavor.
Does anyone else have names? Oh, well, wait.
Yeah, mine's in chat. It's just winter, like the season.
Oh, I don't see it.
Mine's
Oh yeah,
like
it didn't
this.
pop up in chat.
Hi.
Oh no, I meant from all my rolls. I was.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
it's there.
okay.
It's winter.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'm closest to Florin. Yeah, Florin. And I. Okay. I use the key to insert the key into the shackles of Florin.
Okay, yeah, and easily they just pop open.
Thank you. I immediately go in for a hug.
And as you do that, you fall to the ground because your ankles are still
Damn.
Still attached.
are still attached.
Well,
Tormek
fuck.
looks like concerned, like, oh, sorry, and then gets the ankles too.
All right, yeah, the ankle ones pop off, and they're popping off.
Work.
You're good.
Wait,
Work.
do we know what race Florin and Tormak are?
I would say that you would know Winter. I'm just gonna whisper to you if you're asking
Okay.
that.
I'm just
Actually,
curious. so I
We
can
can
write it down.
RP that we don't know who they are.
Well, I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying.
Do you guys wanna
'cause I
do that?
think-
Yeah, I think we should RP not that we don't know things our characters would
Well,
know.
no, I mean, since y'all
Okay.
have already since I have seen both characters, I think Winter would know. I'm just asking because I don't know.
Yeah.
Winter
Well, if-
would know what the big guy was. That it's a Goliath. But the other one,
You just leaked it.
they look like an elf, but there's something different, and you haven't had the chance to really analyze
Okay.
them.
L? Question mark?
What do I know? What do I know? What do I know?
You don't know anything. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
all
I
of
forgot. I already knew
all
that.
these people can
Inches
talk.
and bones.
I just wanted to know things.
What you do know is that there are people in
We're
this
all
room.
bipedal.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tormek quickly moves on to Winter and does the same shackle treatment.
Okay. Yeah. So Winter is set free.
Cool. And then I look nervously at the lion in the room, and I'm noticeably uncomfortable
Uh-huh.
to where someone would be able to see that I'm uncomfortable and hesitating.
Yeah, so you see this, Kaj, you see this giant Goliath form kind of approach you with a candle in their face, and they look very nervous as they approach you.
I'm
And
not
they're
even
kind of-
approaching it. I'm still standing next to Winter.
Okay, yeah, so he's just looking at you from across the room, nervously.
Well,
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Do you want
Very-
him
very
to
nervous.
undo your? Would you want, as from Kaj's perspective, would you want him to undo your shackles?
And it doesn't matter whether he does it or not.
It doesn't matter if he does it or not.
Yeah,
Is that what
because I
Kaj would
know-
think?
Yeah, because I know something will happen.
free him.
Oh, I look over at Florin and I'm like, and I'm holding the key like,
Okay, I understand. He's scary.
Can I just take the key?
Yeah, go ahead and. Well, are you trying to hold on to the key strongly right now?
No.
Okay, yeah, you just take. The
Yeah, I
fucking
think
key.
Winter's fucking
Yeah.
done with this bullshit. She just takes it and she goes and she unlocks Kaj.
Nice.
Oops, did it not work?
Come on, dog. You. We need some atmosphere music. My immersion's broken.
There is no music here, child.
Oh God.
Uh-oh. Is it spooky?
Can you guys hear it? Is it coming through? It's just
It
atmosphere.
says it's playing music, but I don't hear it.
Yeah, it might be.
It sure
Oh,
Quiet.
yeah, it's really quiet.
It's
Oh,
very.
Yeah, you might need to turn up.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
I
gonna
hear
touch
it's
it
like
because then
ambient
when the next thing
noise.
plays, it's gonna be super loud. so-
Yeah, but it's just very simple background atmosphere stuff. But
Can you
Yeah.
Can you do Corey in the house again?
every 5 minutes. Yeah, Winter, you easily unlock this. As you get closer, you can see that this is a tabaxi, and you would know that.
Okay. Have I seen a lot of tabaxi before, or like a fair amount?
No, definitely not where you're from.
Okay. I'm already here. I'm just like,
But you would have heard of
yeah. I don't think she cares. She's
And
just
probably-
like, I need to fucking not be here.
them.
Valid. I can't say I'm much of a fan of this place.
So
I inspect the room.
sure. I'll have one person roll a perception check, and then someone else can give them. Well, you know what? You're all in the fucking room, so go ahead and everyone roll a perception
Okay.
check. You're probably all looking.
I'm only looking for the door.
Sure.
I can't even see my feet.
Yeah, Winter, you don't have the candle, and so you're kind of just like fumbling around in the dark, trying to feel your way around.
I'm looking at the candle.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're looking at the
Ooh, pretty.
Kaj and Florin, though, you both together notice behind where, because you both have dark vision, behind where the Goliath was sprawled out on the ground, you see along the wall an archway is formed in the stone.
Oh.
And as you get closer, you see symbols. And these symbols, you would know, Florin, because they're in Sylvan.
I heard
And-
something familiar.
One second, let me...
Oh,
Okay, so... First you see the word night. And then you see the word traveling. And Sylvan is a very simple language. Like, Common is a lot more complicated. Everything is said, whereas something like Sylvan is very simplistic and flowy. So you see night, traveling, door, wayside, and then it curves around to the other side. Ray, yellow, darkness.
Huh. Interesting.
Is she saying that out loud?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna say, like,
sure.
is there something interesting in here at all?
Torment kind of walks over there too, just standing next to it, watching them look at it. I have the
Okay,
candle.
so you have like candlelight on it now. So you
Yeah.
both can clearly see it as well.
Tormac says, "Whoa."
Do we have any of our gear with us?
Yes, you would have all of your gear with you
Okay.
at this point. And it would have been I should have said that, but it would have been at your feet.
Okay.
Excuse, may I use the candle?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you re-say the phrase? Because I've forgotten already.
Sure. I believe I said night, traveling, door, wayside, ray, yellow, and then darkness. And this curves from the bottom left of the door of this archway to the other side, like going up and around.
Let me think.
Did she tell us what it is in common, or is she thanking?
She's a bit of an airhead, but I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically just talking about a door and yellow light. It's not much.
Tormac says, try this. And I grab my pendant thingy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, Artemis.
And the whole room just lights up with this like bright light. You're still it's the equivalent to like a flashlight.
Okay.
So if it's like in your
Oh,
face,
I
it's
see.
super jarring. But other than that, it just lights the room very well.
Wait. I think I remember being told something to remember.
I'm squinting. I think Winter's starting to put some pieces together.
Throwing out a ray of warm yellow light.
And as you say that, the symbols of ray and yellow light for a moment, and then dissipate.
Well, that's all I got.
So it is a password. I knew it. Unfucking believable. So it's an open door by the wayside then.
And then you see the symbols, not at the very beginning, but the second set of symbols, door and wayside, light in like a blue light. The other ones were like a pink light. The ones that Florence said were pink.
I'm gonna turn to Kaj, because I think Winter may know what's up.
What do you want me to do?
Any inspiring phrases you've been told lately?
I've only heard night and I traveling.
And then the bottom left of this archway, 2 red symbols light up, night and traveling. And then they stay there a moment longer than the others, and then dissipate.
So wait, what was Hebby's?
Night and I traveling.
Night and I traveling. Can I just say them in order? Night and I traveling, an open door by the wayside, and then Florin's was what? A yellow light in the darkness.
Throwing out a ray of warm yellow
Yeah.
light.
You say those
Yeah,
3.
in a row.
Only an open door by the wayside has an effect, and a blue light glows. And then it dissipates. Quicker than when Kaj said night and night traveling.
I fucking hate magic.
So maybe we just each gotta say our things once we figure out the order?
I think, yes, I think his is first.
And what does the big guy say?
You're right.
Tormac says, I could probably just punch this thing open.
Okay.
I'm not so
I try
certain
to
there's
punch
anything
the stone wall.
the other
Okay,
side.
so you try and punch this stone roll. Go ahead and roll just as...
Cheers. I'll do my unarmed strike.
Yeah, unarmed strike. You definitely hit it. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, so you hit the stone wall, and holy fuck, that hurt! And your knuckles are bleeding.
Oh,
You
shit.
take 1 point of damage.
Oh.
Oh shit!
I am in hell.
Are you okay?
It was the angel of death after all.
Tormac's like, ah.
Oh. I reach over and pat his hands.
It looked fucking cool, though. Just saying.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. If you get any more hurt, let me know. I'm good at that stuff.
Noted.
So, Kaz just kind of like face palms, like what am I doing with my life?
Me and Kaj are fucking done.
Let's try this again. Night and I traveling.
And the red one lights up,
An open door by the wayside.
and then the blue symbols light up, and they stay. And then they dissipate.
I was gonna say, not elbow Florin, but like a little hit on the arm.
Okay, so they're still lit. I'll say if you elbowed her, they're still lit up for a moment.
Okay. Throwing out a ray of warm yellow light.
And then, like, the top and to the right, those symbols all light up, and then there's just one area that's left in darkness.
Goliath.
And then they all dissipate.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Hey.
Let's try that.
Tormac is just standing there, doll-eyed.
Have you perhaps been told any very special words that you have to know and were told specifically to remember and say later?
Was I, Duncan?
Go ahead and... Yeah, it would have happened. You would have heard something just before you woke up here. You would have been told something. So, yeah, you were told something.
I don't remember it.
Oh, you didn't? Okay,
As a
well, I'll
person.
send it to you.
Oh,
That's fine.
no. It's okay. I support.
I wasn't paying attention.
But
Wow, not paying attention to the DM.
Well, you said to write some things down. I wrote some things down, but they're not like words.
Yeah, I don't know how you missed that one because it was stressed.
He's too into the roleplay.
Does it have to do? Oh, I had that written down, but I didn't know what it meant.
Oh my god.
There's always one person, but that's why
I
you're.
think we're very in character.
Well, yeah. Honestly, that would be my character too.
Are we
All
trying
right.
again?
So I guess at this point he's. Well, Doc, can you remind me when that was said? Because I don't remember.
It was said. Well, can I tell you in private?
Sure.
Well, hello. Fuck.
Man, Heavy's really getting the RP as Scar. I'm surrounded.
Just imagine my character
by
just kind of laying
idiots.
there, just kind of bored, spacing out probably.
Yeah, like we're waiting in real time for his character to remember.
I fucking remember one of the things that Pepe
God,
God, he's so
me and
valid
Kat are
now.
just fucking staring at him with our arms crossed, and Florian's like on the floor.
Okay.
Tormek just shrugs his shoulders. I don't know.
Oh, God.
What?
God, you're so valid.
Off to a good start, everybody.
Can I fight him?
You
Is
want,
that,
you want to
is
fight,
that something I can do?
you want to fight him?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, like, Kaz should get very annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So what is Kaj gonna do?
Like, I don't know, like maybe push him or something?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack at advantage because he wouldn't see this coming. Just a d20.
Would it push
Oh God.
attack?
Well, it's
I love that you're starting out with pushing someone once more.
I mean, I don't want a backseat. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I would get pushed. He wouldn't miss.
okay, yeah, because you weren't expecting it. We can go
Yeah.
with that. That's fine.
Sure, yeah.
So you push him, and go ahead and roll a strength check, Kaj.
Oh, okay. Oh, my strength's kind of bad.
Yeah, so he's just kind of standing there as like this person next to him is trying to push him, and it doesn't do anything.
I see him push me. I'm like, what? Oh, what? What's wrong?
My character sits up like, I don't know if that's gonna work. He's very tall.
What should I do?
Totally not using my accent. I'm sorry.
No, that sounds like an accent to me.
Hell yeah.
What would I say? Something like, how can you not remember what you're supposed to know?
I'm sorry. And I like close my. Tormek closes his eyes and he starts thinking like,
It's okay. I believe in you. You got this.
There was the darkness and the.
You got this.
There was a Ganome.
I know. Yes.
Was he a knight?
And then I like hear it. I picture him and I hear it in my head. And I'm like, oh, I pass on into the darkness.
And then the final symbol lights up in plain white. No, actually, it's in an orange.
All right, so just keep that in your mind.
Don't lose that thought.
under his breath, he's like, keep repeating
I was
it.
literally gonna say, perhaps
just
keep
like-
saying it if you need to.
Every time he says that under his breath, it lights up and then dissipates, and lights up and then dissipates,
Oh,
and lights up and then
bollocks.
dissipates.
How do we stop him from doing it?
Oh, I love this, guys.
I mean, if I say nothing happens, so can I hear it one more time?
What do you want to hear?
Kyle's.
Sure. Go if. Well, he says.
You're asking Tormek.
No, like he's saying it under his breath. I'm just saying so I can personally write it down.
It's I pass
I-
on into the darkness.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm just gonna tell him, okay, so now that we all have yours memorized as well as our own, how about you stop for a second, and then when it's your turn, we'll tell you what it is, and then you can just say it.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so then I look at Kaj.
Okay.
I just get up onto my feet and just go and pat his arm. It's okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so night traveling.
And the red symbol lights
An
up,
open door by the wayside.
and the blue symbol lights up.
throwing at a ray of warm yellow light.
And the pink one lights up.
And I pass on
And then-
into the darkness, and I point at him.
Oh, I pass on into the darkness.
And they kind of almost fade for a second, and then they all light up. And
Dog jam.
and suddenly, this archway just juts away from you,
Oh,
and just forms an empty darkness that even with dark vision, you can only see partially into. Who has the candle right now?
I do.
I have my pendant lit right now.
Okay. Oh, with the pendant lit, it's the same. It doesn't add very much to that. But the candle itself, the light kind of like picks up off of the candle, and then like goes straight down the hallway, and just
Oh.
juts between these different torches, and they all light up. And
Wow.
before you see a hallway made of stone with the same arch shape, with torches, every once in a while on the sides, and at the very end you can see a wooden door. And on the ground, the stone is they're more intricate, and they're not as big as this room is more big stone slabs, whereas this hallway has like smaller stone, like finely placed.
Is it like a Minecraft tunnel?
It is like a Minecraft tunnel.
Oh, God.
So it doesn't match.
So it's like a 2x2.
Yeah, this hallway has enough space for one person at a time. Definitely one person at a time with Tormac.
Can someone be
You mean
on
like a
someone's
single file?
shoulders?
Single file, yeah. Can someone what?
Can someone be on someone's shoulders?
Definitely not Tormax, because this archway, he's gonna have to like hunch his head down.
What about piggyback? Sorry, I'll stop there.
Oh, I mean, if you want to try piggybacking, that's your guys' thing.
I try to piggyback on Florian.
She is dead.
Congratulations, new character for
job.
guys.
Yeah,
Oh.
first TPK.
Wait, how did the rest of us die?
Oh god. My character did have the candle.
But the light's not in it anymore,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, the light
Yeah, no,
went out
the
of it.
candle is now dark.
Okay. Yeet.
Oh, you throw the candle?
No, no.
She said yeet.
Yeah, I mean, you sounds like you threw
No.
it.
No.
Sounds like
No,
Sylvie.
no throwing.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, Tormac just stands there looking at everyone else.
Oh, if no one else is going forward, I'll go forward.
I want to look at
Okay.
the pattern on the floor, and I want to before I go through the doorway, I want to just like push my foot on it, like to see if it's actually a thing.
Sure, and as you do that, it's very solid.
Then I will go first.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Is anyone else following into this hallway? In what order, if you are?
Well, I observe Winter's caution. I'm definitely behind her.
Yeah, I'll go
Okay.
right after Kaj.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'm the back line.
Are you? So who's gonna go? Is it gonna be Tormac and then Florin, or is it gonna be Florin then Tormac?
I'd probably actually let her go in front of me too. I'd be in
Okay.
the back.
Can
Okay,
I take
cool.
out my
So it's gonna go-
crossbow?
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna go Kaj, Winter, Florin, and then Tormac. Okay. So, Kaj, you're leading the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything?
So investigate is just like finding treasure, right? It's not like info.
You can particularly ask me if you want to do anything, and I'll tell you what to roll.
Okay, so can I discern that this is like a weird thing, like
What do you
magic?
mean? I would say you can go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Oh god, I have nothing in that.
Yeah, I think Winter's concerned about traps, like in the floor, like a pressure plate or things out of the walls or anything.
That's
Aw.
so perfect that you roll nothing. I heard you,
Oh,
and I'll get to that in a
shit.
moment, Winter. But Yeah, no, you are not. I mean, you're just not a magical kind of guy, and
Yeah.
you've never given a shit about magic, so you have no clue.
Yeah.
But what is Winter doing?
Like I don't know if checking for traps is the right word, but I want to keep my eyes peeled specifically for traps, like pressure plates or anything on the side of the walls, like if something would open.
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check.
Where is it?
Yeah, so you don't. You start with the walls, and they look pretty sturdy. There's nothing weird in their placement, or nothing changes form. Like it doesn't like go from smooth to like rough. And then you move your eyes to the ground, and you see that it goes from smooth to rough. It's very subtle, and it's every once in a while. But there's something there.
So like every few feet the stone becomes rough and then smooth again?
Yeah, so like imagine like they're bricks. It would be the easiest way. And the bricks are all next to each other. Like every once in a while there's a brick that looks subtly different than the one before it.
Okay.
And you see that as Kaj is moving forward, he's about to step on one.
Okay. I'll just like I'm not gonna like yell or grab him or anything, but I'm just gonna say I almost called him a Khajiit. I'm just gonna say like
I have wares for
if you
sale.
have coin, dragon born. I'm just gonna say what's your step, Tabaxi?
Okay, so I'd like stop
Okay.
and not like I imagine people would like run
Do the
into
Scooby-Doo
me.
thing.
Yeah, like
Is
the
that what's
Scooby-Doo.
happening?
So then I maybe go forward anyway.
Okay, so you go forward and you accidentally land
Step
your
on
foot
it.
on the spot that Winter was trying to warn you about. And you hear as a metal dart pierces your leg. And you take a point of damage.
Oh
I take a
And
what
the
point
stone
down?
itself falls into the ground and then comes back up. Your
Oh.
foot kind of lightly on top of it still.
How much did I take?
1 point.
Okay.
no! Are you okay, kitty kitty?
Yeah. Like it wouldn't.
I mean,
it
you have a
wouldn't
dart in the side of your leg, so that's like up to you.
faze me. Yeah, I don't think it. Like it would obviously hurt, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think he's the type of person that would like cry out in pain or anything.
Sure.
Tormac's like, oh, dang.
His head hunched over, looking down on you
So yeah, I'll
guys.
tell Kaj like
Let me know if you become not okay.
I'll just inform Kaj that they're a slightly different color.
Well, it's not that they're a different color; it's that they're a different texture.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. That
Can
was
I
close.
can I like now discern where they are because I stepped on one?
I would say Winter could point them out to you, or Winter could lead, or you could roll a perception check.
Can I
see
roll
if you-
perception?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, definitely. After she's pointed that out, it makes it very simple for you to see
Yeah.
where these are, and as you lead, you direct everyone where to step.
Okay. And does Tormac? Can he do it too?
I don't know,
He's not
Tormac.
gonna-
Can you do it? Can you follow directions, Tormac?
I don't know.
Perhaps I specifically guide him.
Yeah, I don't. What did I? Trying to remember what just happened. Well,
Like what
did-
I imagined
I see? I
happened
saw them
was that
talking about it, and then
yeah.
Yeah, I said watch your step,
So
and
I
then
would-
he stepped on it and then got a little arrow, or not arrow, a little bolt in his leg.
yeah. And then you told him about like what to look
Yeah.
out for. And then so I'll do a perception check to also see if I can see what they're talking about.
Sure. And I would say you would have that at advantage because Florin said that she would turn around and like help guide you in particular, passing on what they were saying to her.
I
Oh well, if
also
someone
have
else is already
perception.
spotting them and then like in front of me,
Yes.
then that should be
Yes.
good, right?
Okay.
Or-
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
totally. I wasn't sure if you wanted to roll, but yeah, definitely. So, as Kaj leads.
No, I'm just trying to like see the situation.
No, yeah, I gotcha. As Kaj leads on the group, he points out where the safe spots are for you guys to walk.
Nice.
and then that's relayed back, and Florin's taking extra special time with you in particular to make sure that you don't step here, you step here, kind of thing as you go.
It's very
And-
bad. Very bad.
And so you eventually make it down this long hallway, and in front of you lays a wooden door, and it has like a little handle.
I turn around and I look at Tormek.
Tormek's like, should I? And he
I'm
holds
like
his fist up.
ducking down.
Should I punch?
Me punch.
Me punch.
Tormek
punch.
Poke smash.
Can we? Who's really good at perception?
I think I have the highest, which is not a great sign.
Yeah.
I
Out of
actually have a 3, but
Out of character,
four.
did anyone like just try
Yes.
the door? Like,
No, I'm not touching that fucking thing.
No, because
I love it. I've already instilled fear.
Winter is a very cautious person.
like if I got a fucking dart in the leg, I don't want to open a door that I don't know where it goes.
I guess I could take lead, maybe.
I just shrug.
Well, how are we gonna shuffle back?
well, I feel like Tormek would see the immediate caution from Florian, or not Florian, Winter and Kaj, and then but would see Florian trying to like, I'll go get the door, and Tormek's like, no, I'll do it.
Oh no!
Tormek kind of standing taller.
He stands taller, but he doesn't notice that the ceiling's there, and it kind of hits his head on the ceiling. Ow! And then he goes and tries the door, tries to open it.
Okay, so Tormek kind of like, as he's going by, each of you smushes you into the wall a little bit, and it's very uncomfortable. This is not a space.
We're like in a stadium, and he's
He doesn't-
shuffling.
I
by
should have
in
been the
seats.
one.
He doesn't realize that. That's okay.
He's so valid.
As you get to the door and you place your hand on the handle, you notice it's very cold. Are you gonna try and open it?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to open it and it's locked.
Up.
I turn back, and I just say, should I punch it?
Wait, I still have the key, right?
Yes, you have the
Yeah.
key.
I'm gonna give him the key and just say it's worth a try.
Oh, you toss the key.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're pretty close, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's got some.
Yeah. I grab the key and try it on the door.
Okay, go ahead and roll a dexterity check, Tormek,
This device is very confusing.
at disadvantage. Yeah, so you aim for the keyhole itself, and as you do, your strength, you just kind of jam it in there, and the key's not moving.
Oh,
Hmm.
And you kind of hear a
What?
you heard the door.
seemingly jam the key into the key slot on the door. Little lock.
Tormek punches the
I was
door.
gonna say-
And it kind of shudders a little bit.
Oh Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
Oh shit!
2 nat 20s, what the fuck?
You take a point of damage, but the door itself kind of like splinters a little bit.
Okay. It's a wooden door.
Yes, it's seemingly very thick.
So yeah, when you say splinters a little, do you mean like just splinters fall
Like
off?
where his knuckles impacted the door, there's some like indents and some splinters.
It's not like broken.
It's not like broken. Yeah. But Tormak's strong.
You got this, Tormak.
Well, that's a fucking critical roll.
I punch it again.
Okay. Yeah, this time it doesn't make any marks, and your
Oh.
knuckles are a little bit more bloody. You take another point of
So
damage.
is there a hole in the door yet?
No. Very much so, there's no hole.
So I'm
Okay,
next
so,
to the
like-
door. I'm facing the door, and I'm punching it. And like on my back is my axe, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh.
everyone can see my axe. I punch the door again.
Okay. Punch the door. And go ahead and roll the damage for it. Yeah, you do a little bit more damage this time. It seems to be you're weakening it with every little punch. Not significantly,
Tormac
but...
is like noticeably wincing every time. Like,
God.
And every time you do this, you take a point of damage.
Do you know
So,
what
like-
a lumberjack is? Well, I don't know his name, right?
So, like, smushed from the wall, can Cash be like, oh, can you leave this to me? And, like, roll out.
Yeah. So one second. Winter does not know what. I don't think you ever said what your name was.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
to Winter?
Yeah, I don't think you ever did to the group. No,
Yeah,
you did.
he-
You
No, I
did.
did. I definitely did.
announce it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you would know that his name is Torment.
So I'll say yeah.
Oh, nobody knows what my name is.
No, we don't.
No, yeah, we didn't learn that yet.
And then you hear the little tabaxi kind of smush to the side of you say, "I could probably do this,"
God.
or whatever your character says.
Yeah, I just stopped punching. I just like turn and look.
He's like gonna like wriggle out and go to the door.
It's
Okay.
the kitty's
And
turn
then-
now.
How do I use my thieves tool thing?
I think
So
you can
I
actually
wanna, like-
click on that.
Yeah, it should be a dex thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
think-
like lockpick it.
Sure. Yeah, so you wiggle your tools in there, and you having used these tools very often in the past, this is a very simple lock. And you hear a little click.
And then I open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, it opens outward. And
Okay.
you can't see anything because a very thick white fog blankets your view. Just like a wall in front of you.
Okay.
Tormac sees him pick the door like that, and he's just like, I was gonna do that next.
I believe you.
Kind of like Dark Souls, like the fog wall of Dark
Yes,
Souls.
very much like the fog wall in Dark Souls.
Suspiciously like.
Exactly like the fog wall in Dark Souls.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't want to go first then.
I
This is
press
like Dark
A to
Souls.
enter the fog.
Does would the order of us going into the Dark Souls room matter?
I don't know, would it?
It could always
Huh.
matter.
Oh, Pepe.
Yeah, well, I'm just reading. I'm reading what everyone else is doing right
I
now.
ain't fucking long verse.
Yeah, you're just kind of waiting for input on everyone.
After I cheered for Kitty, I just kind of started spacing out.
Well, I don't know. He doesn't know how to lead groups. He just does his own thing.
Well, maybe it's time.
So he's standing there, like, just looking at everyone. We're both standing next to it, looking at everyone.
Yeah, you're all just kind of like. Well, I mean, it makes sense. You all woke up in a dark fucking room with random people. You go through a trapped hallway, and then there's a fucking
Yeah.
fog wall. Like that.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to play my character. I'm not.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't want to delay this. But I'm just,
Excuse me?
well, I
I'm
think
pretty used to working with fog. Around fog.
fog
Oh.
aficionado.
A fog aficionado? Okay.
Okay, so what are you gonna do, or what would
Uh,
you like to do?
First, I politely squish past Winter and them. Fortunately, easier because small.
Yeah, cause small girl.
Yeah, yeah. And I reach my hand through it.
Much like fog, and the fog that you've been used to as well, there's nothing. You can't really feel anything. Maybe it's a little colder as you pass through it, but you can't really feel it.
I wait until like after she does that. Like I don't stop her, but when she does that, Tormac's like, "Wait, I'll do it." But, like definitely after she does it.
And so
And
then
then I-
Tormac.
Tormac, I just start walking through the fog.
Okay, and Tormac disappears as he kind of like bows his head to get through this little archway and
What do I
disappears
see?
into the fog. You see nothing.
I'm just in the fog.
Yeah, you see I would say you see 5 feet ahead of you and around you, and you see like maybe stone walls behind you on the either side of the door, and then in front of you, you just see like a stone floor that immediately disappears.
Cool. I yell back to everyone, like, it hurts, it hurts,
Do you need healing?
help!
How convinced are we? Where's the performance check?
Yeah, go ahead and make a performance check before anyone does anything.
Oh.
Yeah, no one believes this. This shit is like so fake.
He continues. He's like, come on, it hurts so bad, guys.
What are you guys doing?
So is there anything in there or not?
You yelled that to him? Or... I'm like, yeah, ow!
I'm gonna go in there.
I go in.
What is Kaj doing?
Just like...
So Winter walked in?
Yeah, so Winter and Florin both walked in.
Yeah, I'll walk in last after.
Okay.
And
So
just like immediately I'm like...
Like, very reluctantly, like, I have to deal with it.
Yup.
And as that thought crosses your mind, as soon as you enter the room, the door slams behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Is your tail okay?
And
Yes.
actually, yeah, it whips past your tail. And actually, as you turn around to look where the door was, it slowly just turns to stone.
Okay.
And
I guess slightly before that happened, like when they're walking in, Tormac was like, just kidding. Like, nervously after he sees that no one's impressed.
So you all find yourself in this dense fog space. You can't see the walls on either side of you except for behind you. You can see the wall near the door, having only just entered. I would say Tormac probably walked in a little bit more, so you can't see any of the walls.
Okay. But I know that I saw it close and all that?
Yeah, you would have heard it. It was a loud slam.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Tormac like was joking around and then has like suddenly like a scared look on his face.
Oh no.
And I would... What?
I'm trying to find a picture of it. It's a specific look. It's from a Vine. But have you seen that Gabriel Gundecker Vine where he's like shoots the basketball like this one's to end racism?
Yes.
and then when he misses, he's like that's the face I'm making. Like,
Let me check something really quick on everyone, and then
let me post that for anyone who's
go for
not
it.
seen that. Here's the picture.
Uh-huh.
I guess I should post the whole line.
Oh.
It's just like.
So, oh, did you post it?
Yeah.
So perfect. I love it. So as you're all standing there, both Florin and Winter, first, who's in front of who? So it's Tormac, then who, and then who? I know Kaj is at the end.
I think I went in first.
You went in first. Okay, so it's Winter and then Florin. So first, Winter, you hear kind of pass by you,
I sigh heavily.
and then Florin, you hear.
Oh no. I don't like this.
What are you guys doing?
I mean, I'll turn to Florin and ask her, like, is this, you're the fog expert, is this something that always happens?
This is a new one to me.
Well,
I pull out my jar of fireflies.
It makes it extremely difficult to see in this room.
Never mind.
As well as I think Tormac's pendant. Tormac's pendant might still be on, and that would make it very difficult to see in fog. It's kind of like high beams in fog.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Yeah. So Tormac's kind of
Yeah, he's like, I'm
Yeah.
from the UK.
was-
I know about fog.
I know about fucking high beams and fog.
But Tormek just
Um,
kind of like walks over to them and is like, what's going on?
And as all of you are talking, Kaj, you're kind of like in the back, kind of just like motherfuckers. And behind you, in your ear, you hear, and something hits you. 1 second. I would
Okay.
like you all to roll initiative.
Are they
Okay.
Dementors?
They're gonna suck your soul, boy.
I didn't know how to change initiative on the thing, but because of a feat I have +5.
Yeah, I did see
Okay.
that. So go ahead and take that into account and
Well,
just
it
tell me
still
what the number
wasn't
is.
good. It's 15.
Whoa.
15. Okay.
It's not the
Not
worst.
the worst.
What feed is that?
Alert.
Wow.
You can't
Nice.
be surprised either.
Yeah, as long as I'm conscious, I can't be surprised.
Yeah.
Is that a class or a race thing?
Fighter, I believe.
The fighter class thing? Cool.
Yeah, I took it
Oh.
from fighter, but it doesn't have to be a specific. Like, there are no prerequisites for it.
Nice.
All right.
Well, technically, that's my race one. Nah, it doesn't matter.
I don't have a good system for this, so I'm just gonna make one right now.
Hell yeah.
We doing
How am I
it. We doing it
disclosed
live,
again?
bitches. It happens. It's
Cash
just the
too
dice.
spooked.
Oh, apparently Roll20 has an initiative thingy. You should learn
No.
It
that.
does, but you need like
I'll
100
learn it later.
tokens to do it, and it's kind of a pain.
Valid.
And we won't be using it too much, just for like certain things.
I'm gonna fight everything, so...
So it's gonna go Tormac, and then Florin, and then Winter,
Winter.
and then Kaj,
With the scary somewhere.
with the scary somewhere. All right, Tormac. So, actually, it was a surprise round, so you're gonna take an attack. Kaj.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
Sorry, 1 second.
Wait, if it's a surprise round, do I go next? Since I can't be surprised?
You can't be surprised, so like something can't like take a surprise attack on you.
Okay. Just wondering.
But like so like I would say as he's being attacked, you're not surprised by it. Like you probably saw it,
Gotcha.
but like if it's not against you, I wouldn't count that as a thing. You're just very perceptive as an individual.
I am alert.
All right. So you hear, and then the back of your body is slammed, and you take
Oh, how much is it?
2 points of damage
Oh,
as like you're just impacted from behind.
yeah. That pushed me forward a bit.
No, it didn't actually displace you at all, but you were impacted very heavily.
Maybe like a
Okay.
little stumble.
All right, and then it is Tormac's turn as you hear, and it kind of like dissipates.
Cool. So I witness him getting attacked?
You actually can't see.
Well, I mean, like, I see his reaction, right?
Yeah, I would say that you heard him get hit by something, and you heard everyone talking about hearing something. So you know that there's something bad in the room.
Cool. Tormek cowers, and
Oh, no.
that's his turn.
That's your turn. Okay, so
Well, hold on. Well, yeah, I would just be trying to see what's going on, so I'd just
maybe move a
Maybe
little
do
closer.
no,
No? Okay.
just like perception.
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll perception at disadvantage.
Ooh, high roller.
You- In this moment of adrenaline and you're like scared, you have clarity and you see this thing behind Kaj appear and like swipe at him and then disappear. It almost looks like a ghost to you.
Yeah. Cool.
It's just kind of like formless, but it's something, and it as after it attacks, it disappears.
Tormac, he goes, and that's my turn.
All right, and now we have Florin. What are you doing, Florin?
I'm thinking.
Both you and Winter, with your passive perception, would have seen this.
Okay.
I believe.
This might be a bit of a stretch, but I cast Fairy Fire amongst us.
Sure, definitely. And as you cast Fairy Fire, you all your I believe it was pink emberflies, right?
Green.
Green. Why do I keep thinking it was pink? I think we started with
It was
pink and then you
purple
switched to
last
green.
time.
It was purple. Okay, whatever. I'm just on all colors of the rainbow.
We gay out here. Keep scrolling.
We gay out here. It's whatever. As you kind of like wave your focus, your druidic
My flower
focus.
stick.
Yeah, your little flower stick. These little green ember flies appear, and then they cling to something that's right behind you, and you see this weird moving form of something you couldn't see before, and it's just this like collection of heavy mist that stands right behind you. So each object within a 20-foot cube is outlined in this green energy, and it is no longer invisible because of the fairy fire. And I think you all have any attack roll against the creature has advantage as well.
Is it it's
Oh, because we can see it now.
Yeah, now it's silhouetted.
Creature though.
Okay. It is like I can't. I mean.
Well, creatures have to make saves for that, but.
Yeah. On my end, I already.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
But.
I trust you.
I thought you were asking like what kind of.
No. I was just making sure you saw that part of the thing.
No. Yeah.
I'm so sorry for doubting.
The stealthiest, fastest rolls on Daku's end.
Well, as soon as I heard, I mean, you have to think I wrote this whole thing out and I knew what you guys have. Like,
yeah.
Or does he?
Well, I'm gonna challenge that. We'll prepare for the unexpected.
But yeah, you see this weird like flowing creature that is now highlighted in green behind Florin.
Oh yeah, sorry. Not to cut you off, but did we technically take a long rest?
Yes.
Oh,
we would
okay.
have taken a long rest.
Well, before we all woke up.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, rad.
All right, and so now is that? I don't think you have any bonus actions, right?
No.
Okay, it is Winter's turn.
I'm going to attempt to fuck it up with my scimitar.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack.
We try. Okay.
You hit.
Let me click this. And then I have another feat, actually. Yeah, let's do something
Let's
here.
get all the feats out here on the board.
Literally. So it says when you use the attack action and attack with a one-handed weapon, you can use a bonus action to attack with a loaded hand crossbow you are holding. So I want to do that also.
Ooh.
Sure. Would that be at disadvantage because it's
Oh no,
close
sorry,
range?
it's part of the. Let me read the whole thing just in case. You ignore the loading quality of crossbows with which you are proficient. Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged attack rolls.
Perfect.
And then the last part that I just read.
Definitely. Yeah, go for it.
Wow.
Don't nerf me, Dad.
And then the
Oh,
damage
I
on that?
didn't say
Oh, yeah, it did hit. I'm sorry.
You good?
Yeah, so as soon as it's highlighted, you just go into like this instinctive battle ready mode. Winter is just on this shit. And she just, like, as she's turning and sees it in the corner of her eye, like, unsheaths the scimitar and just, like, slices and then instinctively shoots with her crossbow. And it just kind of goes, "Ah!" and does this weird, like, wailing, like deep throat grossness. And its form seems to kind of like, as it was solid before, is kind of a little bit more transparent now, and little things of mist are kind of escaping this like green shell that Fairy Fire has made.
Yay.
All right, and now it is Kaj's turn.
Okay, so I will do the same thing and just attack it.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Eh,
So even with fairy fire guiding you, this creature is just, this is its space, and like it's moving in this mist very quickly, and you just don't hit it.
mhm.
I don't think do you have attack yet?
Uh,
I don't.
what attack?
You don't have like the double attack stuff yet, right? Do you get
No,
that?
I think that's pretty late.
No,
I think that's later. Yeah. So
I can
Is it-
disengage.
if you would like to, I mean, it's totally up to you.
Yes,
Okay.
I will
And
disengage.
then where are you going to move?
So I'll move with my back against the wall.
Sure. So you kind of move like 10 feet away from it,
Yeah.
outside of its melee range, against the wall.
Yes.
All right. Now the creature is fucking pissed. You can see it's like right in front of you, and it lunges at Florin.
Do I make a reflex save or something?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
What's your AC?
It is 13, I believe.
It just barely hits you,
Oh god.
and you take 2 points of damage. As this creature just plummets itself at you and just hits you with its whole, like, frame. All
Y'all
right.
ever had that toy, the Air Zuka?
Is this in character?
Yeah.
All right. It is now Tormac's turn. What is Tormac doing?
Yeah, you said
just-
like shoot my cat with that Air Zuka.
Oh my god, it's
I
so
feel like that's what's going on here.
What was
Yeah.
the damage?
Oh, you took 2
2.
damage. I think did I not say it?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay. And then it is Tormac's turn. You just hear Florin buffeted by this misty creature and kind of
Yeah.
yelp a little bit.
Yeah. Tormac sees all the fighting and stuff, and he gets very scared and just
Oh, no.
puts up his fists. So I'm gonna ready in action for like I'm getting ready to punch.
You're getting ready to punch, but he doesn't punch. I gotcha. All right. It is now Florin's turn.
Well, I am rightfully up this jerk. So I cast. Actually, I'm gonna make an attack.
Sure. For it. Unfortunately, you don't hit.
Oh.
Wait, don't we have
As-
advantage still?
Advantage due to
Oh,
the...
I'm sorry. You definitely do. Yeah, because of fairy fire.
Yay.
Yeah, so you hit.
Wow,
Go ahead and roll
toxic DM.
damage.
No, just kidding.
I'm sorry.
Homophobic.
Take
yeah.
And-
that, you jerk.
And as you hit this creature that just pissed you right off, you slice through it and it dissipates. And as it dissipates, it kind of sits there for a moment.
Oh,
And it kind of wails a little bit. Kind of
okay.
sad.
I'm sorry.
And then it fades away.
Oh no.
And slowly the fog in the room settles. And it gets sucked into all manner of cracks in the walls. Instantly, the room is clear.
Did anyone get especially hurt?
Can I go get my crossbow bolt off the floor?
Definitely.
I don't
You
answer, I
find
just
it
go get it. I'm obviously fine.
Well, so you're playing? You don't want it?
Huh? Oh no, sorry. I said I didn't say anything to Florian.
Oh, okay.
Kitty, are you okay?
I would just ignore her.
Oh, okay. This is fine.
So you find yourselves in what looks similar to the room that you started in, but is a good distance bigger. You see a similar archway on one end of the room, and in the corner behind you, which would have been to the right of the door, you see a little potted stick with little just a potted stick in the corner. And above you, you see symbols carved into the stone.
I'm having troubles visualizing a potted stick.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Is it like a plant with no leaves?
It's like, okay, so I would
Like a
imagine it would
bonsai?
look like a small little pot,
Yeah.
and then it would have dirt in it, and you'd have like
Yeah.
a stick in it,
Oh.
but no one's gone over there to analyze it yet.
I walk
Oh.
over
So
to
I
the
didn't.
stick.
Sure. And it has little buds on it, little like green buds.
May I druid craft it?
Sure. And as you druid craft it, the branches themselves turn into green little fibers that hang down, and you would know this to be a willow tree branch.
I see.
What happened?
As you're looking around Tormac and you see her druid craft this thing, you look up and the symbols make sense to you.
What?
Yeah, you're really confused as to why they make sense to you, but as you look at them, you're able to say them out loud. And I'm going to send you what
Wait, I
Tormac
might have
sees.
misperceived what druidcraft does.
It allows you to like
Okay, wait, yes.
bloom a flower or like, so there were little like green buds on it that you
Yeah,
bloomed.
I'm good.
Do I recognize
Yeah.
what kind of tree it is?
I think go ahead and roll an intelligence
Okay.
check.
Just
See
straight
if
up
you
intelligence?
recognize it.
Or
Yeah,
any
straight up.
nature check?
Or nature, whatever's higher. Yeah, you would definitely know this is a willow tree, for personal reasons.
From personal
I
experience.
just kinda
From
click my
personal
tongue.
experience.
Those willow trees again.
You can tell that it's a willow from the way that it is.
But Tormac, you look up and you see.
I start trying to talking to the tree.
Sure.
That's
one
what
second.
I'm
I see the druidcraft going on. I'm like, whoa. And I look up at the what are they, like runes? They're like
Yeah, they're like rune. They're like symbols, and as you see them, you know how to pronounce them.
Okay.
And each one with a space. So like, if there's a space, that's where that ends, and it's how it sounds as you say it there. So it's like o, ag, gra, fa, we, ma, re, il.
Yeah. So okay, I see that, and I'm kind of reading it and repeating it in my mind, like
Mhm.
I just turn around and kind of like loudly blurt out to everyone, like, any of you guys know what an well is?
And as you say we, the symbol on the ceiling lights up, and then it dissipates as you say the next phrase.
Cool.
And Florin,
Yeah.
as you commune with this tree, you get this sense of peace, and it's chilling. It's good. Like,
This tree is friend.
it's happy.
It's a good tree.
Is that you saying that, Goddess, or Florian?
Sorry, I'll accent
No,
more.
it's okay. Just as long as I know.
Hi, this tree, it is a friend. It's very content right now.
Did it say anything?
Perhaps you could help us?
And you hear very simply the words, willow.
Hi, blessings upon you.
That's Florin speaking to a branch.
Yeah.
Who
Tormac's
now
still
that-
standing there, like, waiting for a response to what he asked for.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. So Tormac just read out all these symbols on the roof above him.
Yeah, can
Seeing.
I think? Like, can I try to figure out what language it might be? Like, if it sounds even...
Well, to be clear, no one's saying anything in response. Like, just leave me hanging.
I'm sorry, I care more about
I was
the
also
tree.
listening to the tree.
So I say that aloud, and someone's just talking to a tree, and then the other two people are just standing there and like thinking.
Yes.
Okay, so Tormac's like, okay, never mind.
And Kaj, you being in the back of the room kind of watching all this happen, you would have seen both things happen. And when he read those symbols out, you would have seen that when he said one of them, it lit up for a moment. And what were you asking, Lotus? You asking something?
Oh, from what he said, if I could intuit what language it is. Like, if it sounds even kind of familiar.
Go ahead and make a... Would it be history or intelligence? I feel like it'd be intelligence.
Okay.
To see if you know this language.
No. Starts
No,
to say
you've
no.
never
No,
you've
you're
never
dumb
seen
bitch.
this language before.
Oh no!
But your Goliath friend does know this.
Hmm.
Or Goliath
Acquaintance.
compatriot. Acquaintance, yeah.
Yeah, you saw that he was able to read it,
Yeah.
apparently.
hmm
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd tell him, well, if you're the one who can read it, then does that not mean that you know what it means?
Tormac is like, you can't read it?
No.
Oh.
Alphabet's all wrong. Well, different.
Oh, I mean, it just says O, A, Gra, Fa, We, Ma,
And as
Re,
soon as he
Il.
says we, it lights up on the ceiling. And then as soon as he says ma, it dissipates.
You want to just say where again then?
Hmm?
I ask him, do you want to just say where again then?
Oh, I thought that was out of
No,
character.
sorry.
It's like, Lotus, you didn't do your accent.
I'm sorry, it's hard.
That's okay. Yeah, so Tormac's just like, where?
And it lights up and it stays lit.
Really gonna have to do the fucking math problem? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I see it lit up, and I just look at her, and I'm like, what's that mean?
amazing question. Not a clue. I want to, like, I guess... So wait, when I say it, does it light up, or is it only when he says it?
I would say as you are like saying it loudly when you say we, it lights up.
Okay, so anyone does it?
Yeah, but he's the only one that knows what each symbol is pronounced like.
Okay. But we've heard him say it a couple times now.
Yeah, so if you think that you would know it, I could send it to you as well.
Or if you can remember
Yeah, I mean,
it,
I got a 2 intelligence check, so I think that's a no.
Yeah. So he might have to be kind of like your translator.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want to walk him... I mean, how many, like, syllables is it? What, like 10?
1, 2, 3, 4.
7?
It's 8, I believe. Yeah.
I mean, process of elimination would be like a bitch. But I don't think the other avenue, which is trying to make him think something, is gonna be much better.
And Florin's still sitting there, like, smiling with her little plant.
You know?
Her new little friend.
Treat his
Can I
friend.
try to guide him through doing, like, we say where, and then we try all the other words, and then we find out which one it is, and, like, you know what I mean?
I just imagine Winter just standing there with her finger on her chin, just like,
Oh, it's much less happy than that.
Yeah, I would say you could do a process of elimination. It would definitely take some time.
That's okay, they short syllables.
Yeah, but eventually you go with we, and then it goes to il.
Well,
So we and il are now lit.
does where ill mean anything?
It's lit, fam.
No, I'll ask, I always want to say Tarmac, I'm sorry. I'll ask Tarmac if,
Hey, you do
where
you.
ill sounds familiar.
Tarmac, I like that.
Oh, you ask if it sounds
Yeah,
familiar?
like if it's a word.
Does it sound familiar as a word for me?
No, you just understand what it says. It doesn't
Yeah.
really relate to anything in particular to you.
Yeah.
They just sound like yeah, it doesn't really sound like anything in particular to you.
Can I like how tall is the ceiling?
Your head is probably about a foot from it.
Okay, so yeah, so she asks me that. I just shrug. I'm like, I don't know. Should I punch it?
Probably not.
Okay.
Wait, is Florin like totally absorbed with talking to the tree, or does she hear this?
Oh, yeah. I want to pick up the tree.
Yeah, you can totally pick it up. It's like a little
It's
pot.
like a bonsai tree.
little-
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little. No, it's a willow branch. The
I-
type of tree is a willow.
No, yeah.
And it has like.
Like, I mean, it's like bonsai is a style.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's tiny. Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was like a tree.
it's not like a big tree. It's just like a branch.
I pick up the tree and walk over. Sorry, but do you perhaps know what we're supposed to do here, friend?
Are you talking to the plant?
Yeah.
Sorry. It just says back to you. Wello.
Oh, what illo?
And then as Floren's like, oh, wello. The ceiling like lights up, and then and then the archway on the other side of the room extends back into a hallway.
Thank you, friend. Sorry I didn't quite understand you before.
Tormac's like, are you talking to that tree?
Yeah. It's my friend now.
Whoa.
What are you guys doing?
So like a new hallway appears.
Yes, there's a new hallway. It's a lot smaller than the previous, but as it extends, fire from the wall seeps through where the door used to be and juts into that hallway and lights some torches. It's a very short hallway with a wooden door at the end.
Okay. Step 2, I guess.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
I think I'll just kind of look at Kaj since he kind of went first last time. I glance at him.
I'll do the same sort of like dismissive glance, like I don't want to go first.
Can we see to the end of the hallway?
Yeah, definitely. It's probably about 15
Do we
feet.
see a door?
Yes, you do.
Do I?
Tormac sees all of the hesitation. He says, "I'll do it." And starts walking down the hallway.
Okay, yeah, you just walk down the hallway, no problems, and you're in front of the door.
Try for the door.
Sure. You open the door. And this leads into a single path that goes about 15 feet into this room, which the room itself appears to be very long, about 100 feet maybe. And to the left and right of you, immediately as you enter the room, if you were to enter the room, are stone stairs that lead down into a pit of water that you can see now fills the entirety of the space. Several pillars in front of you jut up higher and higher as it crosses the room. Maybe about a foot to 2 feet in size, some of them being small, some of them being a little larger. And they cross the room, slowly ascending to a platform you can barely see on the other side.
Is this the water temple?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I hate the water temple.
This is the water temple, guys. And some of those pillars start next to this platform that extends out, and they're at level with it, and they slowly get higher.
I just turn after I open the door, and I turn and yell back to everyone, there's like some stuff in here.
I mean, we can kind of see some of the stuff,
Alright.
right? So I'll just go out behind him.
You enter the room and you see the same.
I also enter
Can you
carrying my tree.
do the first part of the room description again? Like where you first started saying the platforms?
Sure. So like the platforms going across
Yeah.
the room. Okay, so they're kind of like pillars that jut up from beneath the water, and slowly as they cross the room, they get higher and higher. Some of them starting next to this a platform that goes out about 15 feet in front of you.
Okay, got you.
So they start on either side, and then there's several of them that ascend to the other side of the room, and there's a platform you can see up there. Can't quite make out what's over there, but it's about 100 feet.
The platforms are like
Across.
stone, right?
Yes, they appear to be stone.
Can somebody like stand on them?
You can try.
Yeah, the first one is pretty close,
Ah.
right?
Yeah, there's actually a couple choices, and they're on either side of this main platform.
Right. I'll take the left one. And I just want to stand on the first platform and see what happens.
Sure. So it's easy enough to stand on the first one, both of your feet barely fitting on it. You're just standing on a stone platform.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's kind of like a little stretch. You have to kind of reach your legs out or your leg out to stand on it, and then bring your other leg over.
And it's just chill. We just chilling.
Yeah, you just chilling. You just standing on a pillar above a deep pit of
Yeah,
water.
can we see anything in the water?
Go ahead and roll a perception check, and I would assume with advantage because everyone else is probably looking.
Yeah.
You just barely catch something that looks different along one of the walls. I would say to the right side of the room. You see between two pillars a lever deep in the water.
It's the water temple.
Tormac says.
I mean, I'll
No.
point it out to them, but then I want to keep going up the platforms and try to get to the other side of the room.
Okay, so Winter kind of points out that she sees a lever down in the water, and you're going to start ascending these pillars that cross
Yeah.
the room. Okay, so go ahead and make a
Acrobatics?
I would say acrobatics.
Watch,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna
Go
get
ahead
a
and make
one.
an
It doesn't matter. Okay, we're fine.
No, easy. You see Winter like ninja hop up these pillars very swiftly and easily. Is anyone else doing anything? You get maybe a third of the way up.
I probably should have taken the tree.
Um.
Well, it's too late now.
Oh, and I was gonna say, Florin, as you enter the room, the pot kind of like disappears.
Oh, take it.
Oh no, my tree, my buddy.
Sorry, I meant to come back to you, but yeah, it disappears. Are you all in this room now, by the way?
Yeah. I
Okay,
follow.
the door behind you slams shut, and the same thing that happened in the previous room, the wall takes over the door.
Bye bye tree.
It says, as it's disappearing, bye.
Goodbye.
No!
Good vibes, though. All good
You
vibes.
go, I
Hell
stay.
yeah.
Oh wait, no. I said it backwards. Whatever, y'all know what the fuck I mean.
Superman.
So like, what would swimming be?
I mean, you could just jump in the water if you want to. I'm not gonna make you like roll to like float. Like, I think you all know how to swim to a certain extent.
Yeah, but to get to the
He's a
lever,
cat,
would
make
that
him
be
roll.
okay?
It would probably be something based off of your constitution. I'd probably make you make a constitution check to see how well you're holding your breath, and then probably a strength check to see how quickly you're able to carry yourself down there.
Hmm.
Kind of weigh those two against each other. Like, do you have enough breath?
Okay. So I'm not very good at that. Okay.
Valid.
But you see, as you guys are sitting there kind of like taking in the space, you see Winter making her way up these pillars, agile as fuck. Go ahead and make another acrobatics check.
Okay.
Yeah, easy.
Consistent.
You're like, bitch, and you're just kind of like hopping pillar to pillar, finding the perfect one that is a good distance from you that you know you can land on. Is anyone else doing anything else? You're about 2/3 of the way up now. You can see the platform ahead of you, and you see a familiar archway, but you also see a lever on the left side of the door.
is Kaj swimming?
No.
Oh, okay.
I follow.
You're gonna try and go up the pillars?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
The room's pretty
It's not my best,
big,
but
right?
it's not my worst.
Yeah, so, I mean, not as gracefully as Winter. You easily hop your way across some of the pillars, and you're about 1/3 of the way up. Would anyone else like to do anything, as these two ladies are being boss bitches?
Oh, I want to call back.
Can
Oh,
I
yeah.
rest against the wall?
What, Happy?
Can I rest against the wall?
Yeah, totally. Kaj
I
rests
feel
against
you
the
have
wall like a
best
cool
luck,
bitch.
Dodge.
Do I get HP back?
Oh, you want to take a short rest?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah, I would say, as you're sitting here watching them do this, you take a short rest,
Okay.
and you can roll a hit dice.
So do I just press hit dice and it does it for me?
There you go. Yeah. So you
Oh,
get
so
4
I get
hit
all my
points
hit
back.
feedback. Yay!
And I'll let you interact as well too. We can say that you all took a short rest if you'd like, as you entered the room.
I get my spell back, I think. Yeah.
But is anyone else doing anything? Tormac or Kaj?
No, because I don't like solving puzzles.
Oh my god.
Well, he's not like a team player, so...
I gotcha.
I guess
Tormac-
Tormac's just like watching them run up it. Like, whoa.
I
Sure.
suppose, actually, can I, I don't want to push him again, because I'll probably fail, but,
Oh my god.
So, yeah, you said the lever was, like, underwater and so. So I will say, like, to Tormac, like, why don't you try going for a swim?
Well, why?
Oh my god.
You would have heard. I
Are
think
you-
Winter said that she called back, and I think she said she told you guys.
I think Tormac's question is why would I pull it?
Okay.
Well, why would you pull it?
No, I don't know if he's been made aware of the lever.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she told you guys. Yeah.
All right, Tormac's like, all right, and he just starts going. He just goes for it.
You just jump in the water.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, you're now floating in this water. It's actually like not too. It feels like warm water. It feels nice,
Oh, warm water.
comfortable. Yeah.
All right, yeah, swim over to it and attempt to
Okay.
reach it.
Sure. Yeah. So you have to swim quite a ways underwater. So let me look at your constitution.
My constitution is not the best. But it's not the worst. So I
Oh,
did
like
roll.
I would
passive?
say, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I would say go ahead and roll a strength check. Yeah, so as you take a deep breath and you go underwater, you feel confident. Like, you're not worried about, like, how long you can hold your breath. Like, you're not panicking or anything. You make it about halfway. And you can see it now, more visible than before. It's just a lever that you can do what you want with. Go ahead and roll your last acrobatics check, Lotus, as this is happening.
Okay. I almost pressed animal handling. That would have been weird.
So, as you're making this last leap, what you didn't notice was that these pillars are a little bit higher than the ones before it,
Oh, no.
and you miss your footing, kind of misses, and you grab the pillar, barely hanging on. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh.
Try to pull yourself up.
Oh, Monko.
Well, there's still water below me, right?
Yes.
Okay. JK.
You're
Poggers.
able to just pull yourself up, kind of sweating a little bit, like, oh fuck. And the platform lies before you, the familiar archway and a lever next to it. And what you didn't notice before, an inscription on the door itself, or the arch in between the arches.
Oh, okay. Can I tell? Like, can I read it? Or
What languages do you speak?
common and Dwarvish.
No, unfortunately, you do not know what this says.
Based on the shape of the squiggles, do I know what language it is?
Yes, I would say with the amount of tutoring you possibly had, that you would know that this was Elvish.
Well, guess it's time to. Well, I'll help. If there's any way I can help Florin when she gets to this last leg, then I'll try to help her over here. Since my character thinks she's an elf or something, so
Okay,
maybe she
sure.
knows Elvish.
Definitely. Okay, Florin, go ahead and make an acrobatics check. Your second.
Okay. This isn't my best roll type.
You jump to the next one, and as you land on it, you kind of lean forward, and you almost fall off, and you balance back. That was
Heck
very
yeah.
close. You almost fell off.
Oh God.
Now you're at this last leg where you can see Winter ahead of you, and she kind of says, Don't jump to that one. Jump to this one. And so go ahead and roll your last acrobatics check with advantage.
Here comes the anxiety. Fuck.
Right?
No,
No,
20.
you have advantage. You rolled 20.
Okay.
So she guides you, and you easily make it up with Winter's directions. And you're both now standing on this platform with an archway in front of you. But one second. So we're going to go back to Tormac. So Tormac, go ahead and make one more strength check to see if you can make it the last leg of the journey. Yeah, easily. Tormac just treads this water. You're surprised yourself. And
Wow.
and
Wow.
you're in front of this this lever underwater.
I pull it.
You pull the lever, and you hear, even underwater, and then something falls into place, and that's it.
Cool.
Oh.
What are you guys doing up on the platform? I'm assuming Kaj isn't doing anything at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point
Okay.
I'm gonna point out the plaque thing to Florin and ask if she can read it.
Sure. So, are you gonna read it, Florin?
Yeah.
It says, I taught you much of what you know. A master of my craft am I, lasting but only a moment, a single speck in the night sky. And that's it.
Can you
And I
repeat
can
that?
post it for you guys. Yeah.
Yes, that'd be better.
I'll post it in general.
Yay. A shooting star?
And also, I didn't mention. I think I did mention, but maybe you missed it, or you're not doing anything about it yet. But there was a lever to the left side of the door.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
want to
I
pull
guess
it
that's
until
cut.
Florin was here.
No problem. I was just making sure that I said
Yeah,
something.
you got it.
Valid.
Well, now I'll pull it.
All right, and as you pull it, the pillars that dot this room slowly slam together and form a staircase.
Welp.
Uh-huh.
Gears shifting like they did previously when the other handle was pulled.
Is there a way for Tormac to get up?
Well, now that these pillars have come together in the center of the room, it forms a staircase that goes directly up to your platform.
Okay.
Cool.
I feel like we're lugging here a little bit.
Can't think of anything to
You
say.
guys all right? Do we need to take
no,
a break?
we fucking waiting up here on this tall ass pillar. We all clambered to. It was kind of. I think Winter thought it was a little fun though. Reminds her of an obstacle course. She was good at them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Tormac makes his way back to the center place at least.
Sure, no problem. There are some stairs that lead back up to that first stretch of platform, and now before you, you see the long set of stairs that lead up to where Florin and Winter are.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look up at them and I'm like, what's going on up there?
There's a puzzle.
And the exit, we should mention.
Oh, okay. I run up. The
I'm
stairs.
laughing, but Winter's not laughing. I should specify. While he's coming up, I'll ask Florin about what the tree said. And I know it didn't say anything, but that's what we're talking about.
Oh no,
Sure.
tree isn't friend anymore.
Aw. What is Kaj doing?
Slowly making his way up the stairs.
Okay, so you're all at the top of these stairs on this platform in front of an archway, very familiar by now, with Elvish, and Florin explains to you all what it says.
What's it say?
It's in general chat.
Yes.
General, huh?
Maybe I should make one for campaign-related stuff. Do it
Put an
later.
announcements one.
We also do handouts in
Fuck roll 20.
I said, fuck mine.
That's a fuck fine.
Oh, that's fine.
So I taught you much of what you know. A master of my craft am I, lasting but only a moment, a single speck in the night sky.
Makes me think of a shooting star.
Tormac's like, oh, the Ganome?
The Ganome. The Ganome. I wanted to braid his beard, but he didn't let me.
Does Florin say that?
Yeah.
Tormac's like, wait, you know the Ganome too?
I saw the Ganome.
How close is Kaj? I want to make eye contact with him. Like, please help me.
I think Kaj is on the platform with you guys. He's just standing behind you.
I just look at him, just deadpan, like, well.
Tormac looks up and lets
Talking
everyone
about
else
the
like,
gnomes again.
wait, do you guys know about the Ganome?
Yes, we do.
We do know all about the Ganome.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Wow. I'll say to...
I don't know if he taught me much.
Personally, I don't think he taught me
Guys,
anything.
my intelligence is 1.
He's not lying.
My wisdom is
rock.
0.
Let me show my intelligence.
Wow. Great, we're all stupid.
Wait, why do you want intelligent?
Oh no, I just show my.
I'm just saying, like,
Florence says a nature fact.
I'm role playing here.
Oh no, I know. I'll say to Florin, well, I think shooting star sounds right, but how about try it in Elvish?
Okay. I'm a little bit rusty. And then I say it in Elvish.
Laughs in Spanish.
Kills your man in Spanish.
As you say shooting and then star, after you say star, half of the door lights up. Like, just, it's split in half of the door glows, and then it dissipates.
Oh. Didn't it happened when I said star?
When I don't know shit
So
about
did
stars.
I know it says star because she said star?
Yeah, she told you what the writing says, and then as she Winter tells her, well, maybe shooting stars that say it in Elvish. She says something in Elvish, and
Okay.
the last phrase makes half of the door glow.
So then I'll like walk forward a bit so that they know I want to say something.
Okay.
And say nothing.
God, you're so valid.
We're all here.
So I'll say, try fleeting.
Fleeting? Okay. I see the thing.
What do you say?
I try to say fleeting star.
And as you say fleeting star in Elvish, both sides of the door light up simultaneously. And just like before, the passageway flies backwards. But this time, there is no light.
Oh.
And even with dark vision, you can only see 60 feet in this hallway and know that it keeps going.
I want to go first.
You want to go first? Okay. And
I
then who?
follow behind the Khajiit.
Okay, so we have we have the Khajiit, and then Florin, and then who's going next?
I'll go after that since I don't have dark vision.
And
I'm gonna
then-
try to follow close to Florin.
Gotcha. And then Winter.
I grab Winter's hand.
Okay.
I don't know if I let her do that.
Damn.
Do you not let her
No,
do
I
that?
think-
So she tries to grab
like,
your hand.
I don't think Winter's rude about it, but she gives her a weird look and like takes her hand away.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
She's kind of mean.
Yeah.
Valid.
And then Tormac.
Cool. Tormek is like looking at something else, like still looking at the runes or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, he's
And
just
he's
chilling
like-
outside.
Yeah, he's just like, whoa. Oh, hey, wait up, guys. And then follows him behind.
Whoa, language.
And are you doing anything as you make your way down this hall? Anyone?
I can't see nothing. I'm just following as best as I can.
Yeah, so it's about 20 feet into this hallway, it's pure darkness for you.
What about if you have dark vision?
If you have dark vision, you can see in like a gray tone.
Okay.
No colors.
What does that look like? Is it just a hallway?
Yeah, it's a hallway very much like the previous ones you've been in, where the stones on the ground are a little bit more intricate than the previous like rooms that you've been in, and it's very similar to the other two hallways.
Whoa.
You see on the left and the right torches that are not lit.
We just keep going then.
Okay. As you step forward, you feel your foot press the stone down, and Florin, you see Kaj just disappear.
Oh.
And then in the room previous, you hear "Ah!" as Kaj falls into the water.
Oh no!
Pepe.
Yeah.
Okay, skip that stone. Right? I don't know how to mark it.
So Kaj, you are now in the water previous room.
Oh no. I think it's not good to step on this one tile that's like right there.
And it is like pitch black in this hallway, so only right now Florin can.
I don't know how to gesture it.
Florin, from within your backpack or sack, whatever you're holding, there is a little glowing coming from it.
All right. I whip out I assume my emberfly jar.
Yes.
Hell
And
yeah!
it emits a stronger light than the candle, but not the strongest. Gives you about a
achieve-
20-foot vision from that one, and then dim beyond that.
Is it pretty bright?
Perhaps we.
I mean, it's enough for you to see directly in front of you for about 15 feet.
Perhaps we should wait for the kitty. I still haven't inquired his name.
Yeah, cause you landed in the water, having seemingly stepped on a trap.
Tormek
So-
says, yeah, we should wait, and then walks ahead.
Oh god.
And then Tormac disappears, and you hear a recess in the ground, and
Winter,
Tormac, you
is it
appear
your-
in the air above the pool of water in the previous room, and you fall into the water.
I'm
So
just
now-
gonna sit here while I wait for the boys.
Can I try to see
I'm
where
just-
he stepped?
Sure, yeah, definitely. Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you totally can see where he stepped. As he disappeared, you saw the stone coming back up, and it looks just like the stones in that previous hallway. The ones that were traps.
I gotcha. Yeah,
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna wait for them to come back, and then I'll try to lead the way and keep an eye out for those stones.
Sure,
I
definitely.
hand, Winter my emberfly jar. Treat them gently. They're my friends.
She hands you this jar of bugs you've never seen before. Similar to fireflies, which you might have seen. These are quite a bit bigger, and they glow an orange radiating light, and altogether form a solid light.
How big is the jar?
The jar is like a mason jar.
Okay, so it's not that hard to hold, like under my arm or in my hand or something.
Yeah,
Okay, I want to
yeah,
keep my
definitely.
crossbow
And it
out
has,
while
like-
I hold it.
It actually has a
Okay.
little rope coming from
Oh,
it,
okay.
like a little circular piece of rope. so you can kind of like hold it like a little lantern.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Gentlemen, you make your
Yeah,
way
sure.
back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are soaked and and maybe a little deflated. Well, I
I'm
guess
sorry, I don't have a spell for that.
you make your way back to the passageway, and Winter now leading the way. Winter, you know what you're looking for. You've already done this before. It's fairly easy, especially now with light. And so you make your way down this hallway until you come up to another stop, another stone archway just blocking your way. And in the center is another piece of text. This time in a language that you do understand in Dwarven.
In what?
In Dwarven.
Hell yeah.
And you see...
I can read.
I don't have to depend on these idiots.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well.
You see
We'll see.
Winter don't know riddles.
just phrases. And it's tiger, eyes, yellow, talon, sharp, imprisonment, revenge. What am I?
Yeah, I'll read that. I mean, I think I'll read it once just to myself, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. So then I read it out loud in
And
common.
I'll post it for you guys as well.
Is it Kutch?
Nothing happens.
I kind of shrug my shoulders, like, well, what a bad guess.
Decent guess.
I mean, I meant kitty. Sorry. Still don't know you.
Tiger, eyes, yellow talon, sharp, imprisonment, revenge. I look at Cash. I look at Florian. I don't look at Tormac.
God, I wish I knew.
Tormac's like, I think I know this one.
I raise my eyebrow. Just look at him.
There was this guy, and what was his name?
Oh?
And he does that for an impatient amount of time.
Excuse me.
What was his name?
Kitty. May I borrow some of your fur?
No.
Oh. It's just it's just it might help us a little bit.
You want me to borrow some of your blood?
It'd be just I'd just brush some of it off.
And then
Okay.
Tormac's like, oh, yeah. And then he blurts out the name of that guy.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you would remember that the name is Rakshasa.
Yeah.
And the door opens. This time it doesn't jut back into a hallway, but it just opens into a chamber, very much like the one you started in with a candle floating in the center.
Well,
Dimly lit.
I guess we're back here again.
I guess we're back here again.
And as you guys all enter the room, the passageway behind you seals off much like it has before. But the wall in front of you dissipates. And you find yourself in what looks to be like a study.
Oh, I guess
Before
we're
you-
back here again.
It's a circular room. A giant mechanical device twirls in front of you. A number of flat discs layered on top of each other make up the center, while rotating around it are spheres of different sizes. Has anyone seen the Dark Crystal?
Yes. Well,
Do you
fun.
remember Agra? This
Yep.
is what that looks like. It's
Holy
a giant contraption in front of you, probably bigger than that. And it twirls. These orbs of different sizes twirl around it on discs. And in the very center, you see these thin discs that are stacked on top of each other, seemingly representing something. The ceilings, which are lined with bookshelves, lead up to, the walls, which are lined with bookshelves, lead up to a ceiling made of glass. outside of which you see darkness, but it's filled with stars. And some of the stars are moving quickly and in random directions, while others at a distance are standing still. Throughout the room, on the ground, lie piles of books of various sizes. And to the right, you notice a singular small desk. Along with that, you notice a gnome. His face covered by a book, deep in concentration. There's across from you, there's also like a little fireplace. Not very intricate, but this room looks to be some form of study.
Ganome?
And as you say that, he places the book down, and he looks up at you. These huge spectacles, blowing out his eyes. His eyes look huge. And before you is Ritz. And he smiles as he sees you, and he says, "About time you finished up. Oh, we're eating ground, or otherwise we're stuck on a riddle."
I feel like that sometimes.
It's okay. And he slowly slides off the chair and walks around the desk to greet you. "So, how'd it go?"
Can I braid your beard now?
"Okay, sure, I guess." And he kind of sits on hops up on the desk and sits there as Florn braids his beard.
Yes, this is good. This pleases me.
Peanut on his shoulder watching you inquisitively.
This is good. This pleases
Does
me.
he look the same as when I saw him?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. You taking quick mental notes, being the person you are, you notice that he's a little older than when you saw
Oh fuck, how do you do that?
He says, "Welcome to my little pocket dimension. I figured what better than for you each to get to know each other while your lives are on the line. It also gave me a little more time to do some research into things." And he places his glasses down now against his long beard, which is now being braided by Florin.
I braid flowers into his beard.
And he notices it and he smiles. Seems to like it.
Hell yeah.
He says, "First of all, from what little information I was able to find about Willow, she was last spotted in Granite Bay, which I'm assuming you already knew." And he points at Winter.
I did.
I'm honestly hoping you didn't know, otherwise I'm gonna look like a total chum, is that Willow is alive.
I
And
was hoping.
she's very much alive. And as far as all of us are concerned, finding Willow is going to be our first concern. Information she has, I believe, could lead us to someone very important to you, Kaj. And he points over at Kaj. Or who you now know is Kaj.
Yeah.
The backseat behind you, who is still a little wet from the room before.
Oh.
And he just kind of makes eye contact with Kaj for a moment. And he kind of grins a little bit. "Along the way, however, there's also another pressing issue. Do you still have that map?" And he points to you, Winter.
Wait, the one Mother gave me?
"Yes, the one that your mother gave you."
Yes, I do. Why?
Bring it here, bring it here."
I'll show it to him.
And you kind of open it in front of him so he can kind of look over it, and you can too. And he points to a portion of the map that you see is named Ravenwood. And he says, "Here, in the Ravenwoods, the town of Ravenwood lies." I don't know who comes up with these stupid names, but it is what it is, and we're gonna go with it.
Meta.
What I need you guys to do, and in particular you, Florin, is check this area out. The woods here, lately, treants have been spotted, and people have gone missing.
Oh no.
Treants, being fey creatures, typically,
Yeah.
only interact when the forest itself is in danger.
Yeah. That's not good.
And he kind of traces his fingers from like the Emmaus millstone area along like a dotted path that you see, and it leads all the way down to around to Ravenwood, and then down to Tinkertop, and then down to Granite Bay. And he says, "This will be along the way, and if you decide to, take the time to deal with this, it might be in our best interest later on down the road. But that's up to you. And know, Florin, that you're probably going to be very useful here."
Okay.
And he kind of begins digging through a pile of nearby books, kind of like hopping off the table as he's in half braid. And he's digging through some stuff, and he says, "If you wouldn't mind, please try and look for a green book with gold leaf lining on the edge of its pages, please." And he's like going through one of the piles, and there's like several piles in the. And he's
Tormac
just-
says, "What about my dad?"
I'll get there. One at a time. Jesus Christ. What do you think I am, like a wellspring of knowledge or something?
Yes.
And he kind of smiles and winks. Is anyone gonna help me find this freaking book? And he like throws a book over his shoulder.
Oh, he means right now.
Yes, right now.
Investigation, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Whoever wants to help try and find this green book with.
Me. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like begrudgingly helping.
All right, so Kaj, you are just kind of like, I guess, and you're kind of just like looking at books one at a time. You see one that is a cooking book, and then you see another one that's like how to properly put on your underwear or something, and you kind of throw that. You're like, what the fuck?
Good rating 101.
And yeah, reading 101. Yeah, and Florin and Winter are both looking through the same pile, and at the same time, you both spot a green book. And on its side, the pages you can see are a gold leaf. And the title of it says, "The Mysteries of the Feywilds."
Oh.
And he's still rummaging through books, throwing some over his shoulder, kind of like, fuck, where'd I put it?
Excuse me? Mr. Ganome?
Yes, Florin.
We found.
Oh, that's the one I was looking for. Thank you. And he kind of takes the book and he flips through some pages, and he comes to one that has a picture of this tree that almost has like a human form, bipedal form to it, and it looks scary. It's a very scary life drawing of something weird, and it has like all these descriptions of what treants are and why they appear, or why people believe they appear. And just different things about treants in particular. And he hands it to you, Florin.
Okay.
And he says, "Take note of this page. It might be useful, but I would like you to keep this book.
Oh, okay.
It might give you a little bit of insight into things and also about your home."
Okay. This will be very useful.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
And he kind of moves back over to his desk, and he sits back on the desk, and he says, "And you, my Goliath friend, I'm still working on your favor. It might take some time still yet, but in the meantime, I'd appreciate it if you lend your strength to these adventurers. I have a feeling they'll need a Goliath's strength. And may I speak to you in private for a moment?"
Yeah.
And he kind of like takes your hand and takes you to where you came out of that room. And as you enter it, the stone wall seals behind you.
Wow.
And I'm going to talk to you real quick.
Wow.
Oh, they are in the secrets. I thought we were gonna have to go poop.
My character sits down and reads.
My character's fucking pissed.
God, she's so valid. Oh yeah, where are you all from?
Emmaus.
Yes, I know what that is.
Can I insight check your character? If Docker's not here, can I still do it? That's sad. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna roll it, and You use your judgment.
You know nothing.
Oh.
You know nothing.
You know things.
What about you, Kitty Kitty? Where are you from? I mean, sorry, Koch. Koch. I accept this.
All right. You see the familiar Goliath and Gnome enter the room as the stones separate again and then seal behind them. Was anyone trying to listen or anything like that?
Goddess
We were
asked where we
making
were
polite
from,
conversation.
and I said Emmaus, and she said, "Oh, I know what that is," and I was like, "Does she though?"
And so as Ritz enters the room with the Goliath, he says to Kaj, "Now, Kaj, I don't want you to think that this has no purpose. In finding someone important to Winter, it could lead you to Fleeting Star." And he kind of looks at you to get a reaction.
Can I throw a book at him?
Sure. Do you want to throw a book at him?
Yeah, can I throw how to wear
God.
underpants properly?
Okay.
Oh, God.
So you throw how to put your underpants on at the gnome standing in front of you. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Is that dexterity or strength?
Oh my God.
Oh,
I think
hello.
eating things is
Yeah.
strength.
Why is it not letting me open my thing?
Well, it's just going to be a massive
You may have
spam.
one already open.
You know what? It's okay. Just roll a d20. It's fine.
Okay.
It's no big deal. You're just throwing a book.
Well,
Well,
Ah,
As you throw the book, it kind of sails past his head. And he says, he kind of sighs. And he says, "Do you want to talk to me about it?
oh
Are
God.
you feeling like you want to talk about it right now?"
Why would you throw a book at him? He's small and old.
my goodness.
Are you sure you don't want to go talk about it? We can talk about it if you want.
No.
Okay, I understand why you're mad. I get it. But, I mean, I'm giving you a chance to find him. Isn't that what you want?
How do you know what I want?
Because I know you. I've always known you.
So you say. I'll do what you want.
Well, it's not about what I want. It's about what you want, you idiot. I'm trying to save your life here.
Oh my God.
Well, just keep it safe. Just keep it safe, all right?
Okay.
Don't be an idiot. And don't throw books at me. What the fuck? And he kind of walks off a little fumed. And he says, "But, I mean, just help them, please. Please. Gosh, you're doing me a big favor here, buddy.
Sure.
Thank you. Jesus. All right, well, yeah. You have something to say?
speak up, pussy.
He's a little mad now.
I was going to ask if I could comb some of Peanut's fur so that...
No, don't touch Peanut.
Okay.
All right, well,
But I need
I know
a
some of
spell.
you... All right, Florin, I know you love talking, and I know you're a great person. You're wonderful, but I'm going to finish what I have to say now. He kind of cuts you off. His temper is a little short. And that wasn't because I didn't want you to talk. That was literally his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Okay. And he says, "All right, well, some of you are rather single-minded." And he looks at Kaj. "So what I promise in return for helping both Florin and Winter are enchanted items. Obviously, enchantments can take weeks, months, sometimes even years. But I'll do my best to make something special for each of you over a period of time. As a show of good faith." And he pulls out a small silver-studded earring. And he places it on the table next to him. "This is enchanted, allowing the user to cast the spell Message. You'll be able to send a vocal whisper to anyone Well, anyone that you know, over 120 feet distant. In turn, they may reply back in a whisper. I'll leave all of you to decide how this might be best utilized.
He said.
And,
He said 120 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I think when I got really excited and then really not excited.
And he says, now, go ahead and rest for a while. I'll send you back to Aaron Terror in the morning. He kind of puts his glasses back on and then goes back around the table and begins reading intently at his desk. So, does anyone want to do anything before this would be where we end the session?
Let me see.
But-
Can I make a comment when he says something about years and time and whatever?
Yeah.
Can I say, I would have thought time magic's your specialty.
And he kind of like pauses for a moment and looks at you very like bleak and says, I would have thought being quiet was yours.
Holy shit!
And he says, I don't have control over everything as much as you'd wish I did. But what little power I do have, I'm using it to try and save you. So I'd appreciate a little bit of respect. And then he would have continued what he was saying. 1 second. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Damn.
Yeah, so as you're
You trying to steal some fur?
as you're sitting there saying this to the gnome, you feel a pinch on your arm.
Damn.
Does she get it though?
And you look down to see Florin with a little tuft of your fur.
It'll help later.
Yeah.
The
She did
fuck?
it. Nothing I can do. But...
She better put paws on her.
But yeah, no, so now he's sitting down reading at his desk, and he just told you guys all to kind of like take a long rest and relax, and I'll send you to Aaron Terra in the morning. But if you guys have any questions, or you want to do anything in between the session, like in this 8-hour period, or if you wanted to have more dialogue or anything like that, now is the time to do that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
You're fine.
Goddess, did you want to do the asking where everybody's from?
Yes. Right, where are you from, Kutch?
Hang on, I need to work out what I'm gonna say.
No, I don't think I have any questions for Riz.
Can I throw a book?
The fuck is you and throwing books?
I mean, to be fair,
You
she
can
did
do whatever you want.
She did rip out a piece of his fur without his consent.
Oh god.
Because I can imagine him being a little pissed.
Yeah, can I throw a book? She stole my fur without asking.
Yeah, you can definitely try. Go ahead and roll that. Yeah, so you throw a book and it hits Florin.
That's fair, I accept it. But you are, red cap of a beastie.
Oof. You don't know what a red cap is, but you feel like it's something bad. Does anyone else want to have more conversation or do anything else? You're here for 8 hours. So, like, if you wanted to, like, look around or, like, talk about things or ask Ritz questions, when we start our next session, it will be, like, there will be no time for anything else kind of thing with
I
Ritz.
don't think so, no. I think Winter's pretty pissed at Ritz and, like, does not really want to talk to him at all.
Oh,
No.
I think
He's taking the thing, the enchanted thing.
Who?
He's taking it.
Oh, he said it was up to you guys to decide.
Yeah, nobody decided.
Yeah, Winter doesn't care. It's of no consequence to her.
I'm not gonna use it.
I guess I'll take it.
Okay, so you pick up this little earring, small silver, a little stud.
I guess I stab it into my ear.
Are your ears not pierced?
Guess my ears are pierced.
Is that what you do?
I guess so.
Okay. Go ahead. You take a point of damage, and now you have a little dangling, small, silver-studded, bloody earring on. And you can spend the next 10 minutes attuning to it, and then you have an enchanted earring that allows you to cast a spell message.
Rad.
I mean, under my breath, I want to say, God, it's like middle school all over again.
I think Ritz also would have told you that no time has passed.
Yeah.
Outside of this dimension, of this place that he's at. So he doesn't want you guys to think that you've been here for like a long period of time or anything. Like the instant that he took you from where you were, in particular Winter, not anyone else,
Yeah.
you will be back at that point in time.
I can't even say. I think I'll just say, like, good, I hate to get in trouble for doing the things I'm supposed to be doing.
Fair. Valid.
God, you're so valid.
But yeah, I guess that's it then, guys.
Yeah.
If that's all we have to do.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I would
Can
do...
I train?
Go ahead, B.
Can you train?
Does it give me bonus?
No. No, it doesn't, but you can totally do like a montage.
Yeah.
Of throwing books.
I
You're like...
throwing books at things.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
I climb on the big moving metal thingy a lot.
To which you are told not to several times.
Actually, can I study? Because presumably has a lot of books, right? Like about everything and anything.
Presumably.
Can I study about demons?
Yeah. So you go to ask Ritz if he has a book about demons.
Yeah, and because you asked me if I wanted to like learn a language.
Oh, okay.
Can I learn demon language?
Yeah, I think that would be infernal.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, can I learn like the basics of it in 8 hours?
Yeah, I would say that you can start to learn it. And what Ritz does is you actually see the book that he's reading right now, which none of you had taken note in, was a book based on the Nine Hells.
Mm-hmm.
And after you like ask him about it, he hands you the book that he has. And he tells you that within these pages are the basics of Infernal. And if you'd like to learn it, it'll take you some time, but you can definitely try and learn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you now have a book based on the Nine Hells. And it
so
has
he like lends me that book?
Yeah. He gives you the book that he was reading.
Okay, so that's what I'll be doing.
Okay, cool. I would say that it's going to take time, though.
Yeah, so I'll have like I could say the demon.
Yeah. So like it would be like every time you guys go to take like a long rest, if you spent some time, like an hour reading it, like it would add to progress or something, right?
Yeah.
And I'll come up with what that could be in my head.
Poggers.
Nice.
Anyone else?
No. I mean, the only thing I'd say is that, like, if I have stuff to maintain my weapons, I'll do that, but that's it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I guess that's it, guys.
Alrighty.
Next week.
Next time.
Okay.
Next time on The Greatest...